crates, and I think I want the lock pins to be like the main shit, like 80 to 90% is in here. I think another crate here that is for all like you, Kevin, etc. So when you buy shit, it's coming here and then goes into the main pool, and then the staff that buy and sell have a different pool. Or do you think that's too much?
So, like the back wall here, these giant ones are going to be like, I guess like wholesale purchases, and then all of the stuff that we're buying and then selling from like this floor people is going to be like separately, like more divided up, you know, more organized.
I think so. I think or like for now they might just get a crate or something with everything. The main idea is like item security, right? So like the most of the buyers and the managers have access to the big boy, but the everyday staff members would have a fraction.
Yeah, of course. They'd be like, if it's divided by what they're selling or divided into like palatable chunks, because yeah, like these full up with things could be worth like easily $500,000 at a time, you know, full of shit. So that makes sense.
Yep.
So then, right, if I'm not on the floor selling and buying things, what specifically do you want me to do?
So, Michael, let's get an account made for him. What I would like you, Kevin, I'm going to do this myself, and maybe one other individual, is buy up everything in the city. We could, I don't mind losing a little bit of cash here and there, but we need inventory, right? Car parts, upgrade pots, you fucking name it. And then what we should be buying at and what we should be selling at, so that when we hit the button, you can buy like anything. You get what I'm saying? The biggest challenge, and as I mentioned to this Kevin, is knowing how to price things appropriately. Is there's probably only half a dozen people in the city that can do that properly, right? And so that's where I want you, Kevin, and one other individual and myself to come into play. Is I'm
just gonna ask this now. If you want to buy things, right? I was thinking of, for my mechanic shop, buying like $1 million worth of gamble boxes, right? And then getting my own supply, knowing I was not going to make money on that. Is that the type of shit you're interested in? Like buy bet and then buy like a fuck ton of car parts, so we're guaranteed to get things that people want.
Up to you.
Materials as well, bro. I have an astronomical amount of materials that I could buy.
Mopec is probably going to suffice us in that place, because Mopec has been operating with Cloak for like a long time. They're going to move their operations here, and I'm contemplating we conjoin the Mopec inventory with Port Center inventory. And then people that want to buy from Mopec, when they do a transaction here, their account is already flagged as Mopec, so they get the baked in 30% discount. What do you think?
I think that's a good deal. What about I feel like
that way the flow of material will be really good too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah, for sure.
Peters, why the fuck is BCSO down here patrolling instead of helping up north?
Hello, Nino.
I don't have time for this. Sorry, go ahead.
The one thing I would ask is like a priority list on the things that we want the most but can't get. You know, like what is the hardest thing for us to get right now that you would say? Or if we don't know, I can figure that out. Because if materials are easy, fine. We can always get more done. I feel like the tough stuff is like wood and fur.
We've already got a handle on that with Michael and company, yeah. Okay, but so I think that stuff is good too.
Right, so you're thinking the more artisan goods are the ones that we're going to be lacking on.
Are you good now?
What happened? Yeah, sorry.
Why am I hearing that it's been an hour into the Grapeseed games and Blaine County's not up there?
I listen. I don't know. I don't.
Okay.
What do you want me to do? Just fire all of them?
No, I know. I'm just. I'm glad you got rid of the fucking degeneracy out of the LSPD. If these fucking dumb fucks want to not assist in a huge event up north, like I don't even know why they exist. They should be fired. I'm on smoke right now. I want like keep an eye. Is there any command in BCSO around right now?
Let me see. Aspen.
Okay. Who else is around command wise?
Ventura, Aspen,
Okay. All right.
Alice Watson.
Okay. Take a picture of that dispatch for me and send it to me, please. Actually, don't send it to me. Just make note of it. Track it for yourself. They're about to see what dereliction of duty looks like. Fuck these people. I hope they die.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Very good.
Bye.
Bye.
Sorry.
Artisan goods, car parts, engines, all that shit. Yeah, we can. How much money can I get access to make this happen? Because like depending on the amount, like we can have shit ready like very, very soon, you know.
ASAP. That's why I told Kevin to like price shouldn't be the matter right now because we're gonna operate under loss leader.
I mean, exactly, yeah. This is going to run at a loss because it's going to run at a loss until it's proved a success, and then it'll run forever because it's the best thing ever, or it'll just fail. So, yeah. All right. Car parts I can do easy. Like that's a joke. I can get a fuck ton. Like so many. But the thing is, the one thing about the car parts is we're going to have so much shit that is utterly useless, but that's just the name of the game. Like it's not, you can't change that. You know, it's gambling at the end of the day. What do you think about like wanting to sell engines, like full pre-built engines and shit too?
I like the idea of engines. I had a guy like price out some of them. They went from anywhere from like 25K to 100K.
A lot more than that. Like the market right now is skewed, but I would say think of an engine as the parts it's made up of. The average size ones require 15 individual parts, right? Pistons, crankshafts, all that. And they're probably like 25, 30K a piece. So most engines in the parts alone are going to run you like 300K in assembly cost minimum.
Let's do it.
So if we can do that, we can. But I think the better market is not the pre-builds. It's those things, pistons, crankshafts. You can buy a lot of them from a lot of people.
This is fucking, there we, brother, listen, you guys, like, you make those calls. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is Amazon. We are bringing Amazon here. In the long term, too, like, there was a good point that Kevin brought up, which is we're probably going to piss off some people buying up inventory. But this is a short-term issue. In the long term, we are creating markets that other vendors can come in. Because when they're running a stall and selling shit, we can't sell it out of our inventory, ideally, right? So markets that don't exist, businesses don't exist, we put them in place. You know what I mean?
I would say Kevin's right about that, but also there is no one left to piss off. If you have Material Hub on your side, that's the only business. Mechanic shops don't run. All there is independent sellers in the entire city for everything you can think of. And I really don't care if, let's say Susie Carmichael, never met her. She is selling car parts at the most disgusting price gouge imaginable. It does not matter if she's upset with us selling things at a fair price. There are no civilian businesses that matter at this
precisely
point.
And generally speaking, of the people that would be upset, I work closely with them anyways, and they are a benefactor in the long term in this. So if y'all get any heat, just let them know, like, talk to Nino and he can get it sorted, or you could let them know yourself. I mean, at the end of the day, this is a short term, like 1 week buy up everything type shit, and then in the long term, you know, we monitor pricing and whatnot. And that feedback we're getting from other businesses will be important. It might cause us to drive the price up or down.
Yeah. I mean,
yep.
Sounds good.
All right. Love it.
Are we touching cars at all?
That's not the worst idea, to be honest.
We've tried doing used car sales ships so many times. Like, I know for a fact that if you wanted to branch into that, Ford and the boys would be more than happy to, you know, give stock and also help run that. More than happy.
Is there a world where, let's say we buy distressed assets, things that have like strikes and stuff at a discount potentially? Would it be possible to work with the government to get those strikes removed? Work with the PD to get those strikes removed? So then the asset is essentially kind of clean through Court Center?
I love these ideas. I actually, so
That's an interesting idea, yeah.
one thing I had brought up to Kevin is let's buy all of Util North and South and fill it up as well. If things end up breaking along the way, we'll make note of it. And I'm not worried about us losing $1 million here or there right now. You know what I mean? Because we're not going to know what's buying and selling until we start to see the throughput. But by having us as an alternative to Utool is great. We could possibly even move those vendors here. But
Yeah, that'd be outstanding.
the reason I bring that up is that was a example of like, we didn't really think about it till it was brought up. If there's something we can buy and sell here, like distressed properties or what, or like assets, like you're mentioning, let's fucking do it. You know what I mean? We drive traffic here and then encourage people to sell it themselves at the stalls.
If you wanted one that I
Hey,
think would
Corolla,
be
we're
for
at the
everyone's
quote
better-
center in the basement if you want to come through.
Okay, perfect.
All
I'm
right.
on my way.
See you in a bit. Bye.
Are you familiar, Nino, with what happens if you don't pay your bills for like 3 months? Your house gets seized and sold and listed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it'd be really cool and welcoming and a great way to distribute properties to people that might not be able to get them if seized properties could be instead auctioned here once they're seized. Right? The government gets them anyway, but instead, you know, they pop up on my tablet and they're gone in 5 seconds. Potentially on rent day, right? When it hits, if your house is seized, it gets added to a pool that we could be, you know, auctioning off once a month, right? Because that properties get seized once a month. Because right now it's basically the richest person who gets out of bed quickest gets the property, and that includes me. That's how I got my properties, right? And it's not necessarily the most fair system.
I like that a lot. And I think right now,
Turn that shit down.
Yeah. My bad. Just a little gaming, you know what I'm saying?
That one I think is like a more difficult one to execute, but just as an idea, right? Ideas to have. Those are the type of things that will actually make people be here, right? Make that an event once a month. I promise you, every single motherfucker in every gang, in everything will be here to get properties in a way that's more fair and accessible than previous.
I fucking love this. I think here's kind of the strategy I'm thinking, and I want you guys to feel like you have ownership of this. We get everything in stock to a healthy amount. I leave to you guys, and I'll be helping as well, setting what the maximum amount is for everything, right? Like maybe one of each engine block isn't the end of the world. Maybe the 1 to 5, whatever, like, you know, stage stuff. Maybe we start with 5, whatever you think is a healthy amount. And then as we get that and we start getting the sales, like cooking upstairs, is that we start to explore and keep things fresh by exploring. Let's buy up cars, used cars. Let's put them out on fucking display. You know, the whole fucking whole 9 yards. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so as far as the car thing is concerned, I think there are going to be more people interested in potentially unloading assets that they don't want for quick money. I think at the other end of it, where we would potentially see a benefit is if we could do something that they can do, right? Which is why being able to, like, let's say take somebody like Forehead, you know, bro has 2 strikes in a car, next strike it's going to get crushed. You know,
We can remove the strikes.
We get rid of the strikes, and then
Oh
we're
my
selling it
God.
for less than Mosley's price still, so it'll be worth it.
Oh, fuck me.
Yeah.
Brother.
That's something too, like Kevin's cooking on that, because right now, cars specifically, even if it's got no strikes, there is no way to unload a car. If nobody wants to buy it, we're lucky we're not paying asset fees, right? I'm very happy I'm not paying asset fees, because I'd be getting taxed out the ass on shit I can't sell and don't want.
Bro, that's a great idea. We could pass legislation to wipe strikes if it gets sold through court center.
Okay, last thing I want to ask. I feel we touched on this before, way in the past, but like cryptocurrencies, we're gonna want that. That's gonna go absolutely astronomically crazy.
I wanted to do that already. The problem is that like there's no good way. So there is construction en route that I don't want to openly discuss because it puts pressure on construction, which is unfair. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But how do we do that today? Right now, I wanted to put machines up there, but we're having there's an issue with having enough like parts here. Like we're already hitting construction limits.
Yeah. I'm sure this place is going to be an absolute mindfuck to walk in and out of.
Yeah.
If I wanna buy bet, I have to buy it from a living, breathing person, and then if I want to sell it to get cashed out, I sell it to my phone, and that's. So if we wanted to sell bet from here, we would need sellers with access in their own account. It would need to be on a person. I think
that's a good idea. That our sales guys have those assets.
Yeah, and that bet could be, or even the Buckcoin. The Buckcoin can be kept on a computer with a hard drive. The bet is tied to a person's phone. Well, not their phone, but me. I could have 1,000 on me that I would have to manually distribute to sellers or to the people buying.
I think that's a stage 2 thing, but
I do think so,
very much want to do that. And we can track bet and prices and shit and orders on the website. So like, for example, we have pending orders for X, Y, and Z. They send the money. We try to fulfill it within 24 hours. That's the worry that I've got, is the fulfillment, right? Someone makes an order, people want it then and there. How do we solve that?
I think the most logistically sound way is we have so much supply divvied amongst people across all time zones that someone can always get it. And it's a rare occasion when they don't meet the demand. That's like the only way, right? For the bet specifically, the Buckcoin's easy, right? As long as someone's awake, they can do it. But the bet is, we would just need so much that we could divvy it up. But I mean, that's doable, right? Like 2,000 bet right now, for example, is worth, quick math, 2,000 bet is worth $600,000, right? I could get 200,000 bet from my besties really quick tomorrow, if I need it. So like, we could get a stock of 5K, 10K even in a week. If we used all connections possible, Hydra, besties, like all of that, easy. And that is a lot of bet. 10,000 bet is $3 million worth of it. That would last. So if you want that as a stage 2 thing, we could 100%.
I love
stack
that.
Up a fuck ton.
This is the kind of shit that I want to hear. I fucking love this. This is sick. I'm gonna add to the list like a shared garage. Does that exist right now?
For not personally owned vehicles, yes. You ever seen those garages we have like laying around?
If I have a garage here, could I put a public garage here and a like okay. So if you own a house, everybody with a key can park, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And can get all of it. I think we'll request one of those for all our sales vehicles, right? And get another one for vendors to store their stuff temporarily. But I love this idea of resale of cars so much. And you ready for this? We could have vendors sell on our behalf and get commission.
Yeah.
So you can buy it for a fulfillment center, but we could also let others do sales. Like if they want to, you know what I mean? The idea is we're rebuilding an economy through the court center and giving everyone else in the city a slice, right?
Yeah.
Everybody that works here should be making fat stacks. Like all the people in here should be making so much money that they want to be here as much as possible in a healthy limit.
Yes.
Because that's what's going to make, that's the core foundation. What we're doing is like the back end. But like that's how Big Dog Noodles works, right? Like if I could pay them double, I would. If we made double the amount, I'd pay them 10K an hour. Because it's the only way to keep people interested enough until they find passion in what they're doing. And that's what this place is going to need.
I love this. I love this. All right. Corolla, how you doing?
Hello, Nino.
Well, good news.
Hello,
We got Kevin and Manx onboarded. They're going to be helping with. They're going to be taking inventory, so they will handle the buying and selling of bulk from like the streets and outside resources, so we can build up our inventory so that we can launch this place.
Amazing.
All right, beautiful.
Timing. I got to head out. So.
All right.
Any website onboarding?
Can we get Manx on that chain as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the TLDR Corolla, to get you up to speed, is we're gonna try to get another crate here for the everyday staff, and we're gonna get the pin codes in so that sales team or the inventory managers, or if you guys want a better name, feel free to let me know, and yourself, managers, have access to the big boy, but then, you know, the staff has like a percentage gets trickled in so that you know, we don't get heisted you know, in the midst on like week 1.
How are we gonna do with the cash thing? Are one of these gentlemen going to have
They're gonna have their
a
own account.
Quartz account? Perfect.
Yes. So I made one for myself, I made one for Kevin, and Manx, actually, if you could do this right now, go to your business app and create Quartz Center number 4.
Yeah.
And I will, and then put like say Quartz Center business account number 4, put in a bullshit Quartz account image. I'll approve it, and I'll get the justice to you know, sign it, and then I'll send you $1 million. I got to do it for Kevin as well. So then you got money for you know, the buying of things.
You want the name Quartz Center vendor number 4, correct?
Quartz Center number 4.
Nino, they're all added. You and I will connect on a little writing project later, okay?
Okay, beautiful, love it.
All right, sounds good. We'll see you guys
Talk
later.
to you soon.
Bye.
Later.
Nice to see you again, Maeve.
Hi.
Long time no see.
Yeah, I'm busy, unfortunately.
I know, it's okay. It happened.
Do you, Manx, do you have a Quartz Center account?
I just made one then, yeah.
Okay, beautiful. And
They're on the
I put the business in
quartzcenter.me.
as well.
let me see. I mean on the
where's this account?
quartzcenter.me. I'm gonna send you a invite code. All right. You'll see an invite code on your text message. You use that to create an account, and then I'll give you admin and staff tags. That will allow you through this inventory manager add new items that aren't in our inventory. Lets you make a picture and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
We'll probably in the
I already have
coming
account.
days also. Oh, you do? Oh,
Yep, I made it just before. Michael Manx.
and okay. Okay, give me 1 sec. Wait, how do I do this? Give me 1 sec. Do you have do you see a bunch of panels?
The ones on the left?
Yeah, like do you see staff and other things?
You should be
No,
able to
just-
see categories like staff and if Nino added you an admin tab
There we
on
go.
the left.
I just added you. You should be an admin and staff now.
Yeah, there we go. Now I can see it.
Yeah. Probably just had to refresh.
So go to manage inventory on the left. Oh, excuse me. Go to staff and then manage inventory. On there you should be able
Yeah,
to
got
add item. And you get the full
I
you-
see.
Yeah, you see that? So you, me, Kevin, and potentially a fourth individual will be able to set targets. Like, hey, we should only keep 5 of these items. This is the buy price. This is the sell price. I am going to ask our dev to put a thing in there that we can see which one of us last said it. So, like, for example, do best effort for the time being. But then, what do you call it? we can edit like those targets and those buy and sell prices. So part of this role is going to be like, hey, prices are going down. We have to set this different or whatever, right? Not often, but you know, every so often.
I mean, the good part is, for the most part, most of the things should be rather stable. And then it'll
Yeah,
just be the more, artisan items that are the ones that are going to fluctuate.
absolutely. And what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to have our, like, when we click on the items, or like at least in this tab, I think us as admin or staff should be able to see on that page who the last 2 people were that changed those values, so that we can have those discussions in city about like, hey, this thing got moved, like what was the reason, whatever. So it removes any blindsiding, so we're not like, oh shit, was this meant to be this target? Oh, so-and-so changed this yesterday, there must have been a reason, you know what I mean? So
there's one thing, right? I can already see it happening. I've noticed in my time that the different times of the day can sometimes feel like a really different city. Sometimes something that when I'm around is worth 10K, you come around 12 hours later and a different set of people are the ones in charge and it's worth 15. So I feel like sometimes we might want to touch base. I would say Kevin's probably around the opposite times to me for the most part.
I got an idea. I'm going
I
to
feel like
ask...
it'd be good to keep that in mind.
I'm going to ask our guy so that each one of these items, there is a comment thing so that we can discuss it in here. Set at this price because of X. Yo, this is da-da-da-da-da. And then we can, you know, we can go through these. Like, we could even have like a weekly meeting, you know what I mean? It's like...
It's 2 different cities between the one tsunami and the other, basically.
Because it's like right now, if
it's
I were to do
very
this
different.
Full series today, like when I wake up tomorrow, I'd buy a bunch of get a bunch of car parts, call all the mechanics that I know and already do business with, and sit there and ask them all what they would pay for all of these things, and then come to like the conclusion. And then I would wake up around now and try the same thing, but then I would be asleep and there would be 8 more hours in the day. And, you know, I wouldn't know what those next people would say. So it's never going to be a full picture for a single person. I would
love it. Love it. I
think it was around this time I tried to get brakes stage 4 for my car, and it was 40K.
Yeah. The people selling shit right now are scamming out the ass too. Like, it is absolutely disgusting. The market is so cooked on the car parts now. So whatever we say is not going to be what they're saying because it's unholy. But that's fine. That's just how it is.
I mean, it's supply and demand. It's very hard to get these parts. So basically, the few people that can get it can put whatever price they want on it.
Hey, that's true. But you know what? It's really easy to get these parts if I have $1 million bank account that I don't give a fuck about, and I can just go and get them. It's real fucking easy.
Yeah. Yep. I think this is going to be good. This is going to be really good. I love this. One thing...
just buy 2 engines.
One thing that I do want to throw out there is, you know, there's so much, like, I want you guys, like you, and can I ask Kevin, you get the U-Tool stuff, and Manx, you get the stuff from the place up north, so you can get used to the system. Like, feel free to buy 5 of each thing. You'll have the money in there, and it'll let you see how to conduct the transaction, right?
What do you mean by the place up north? Like U-Tool up north?
Yeah, U-Tool, because U-Tool up north has different items than the
so
place
like,
down south.
We're gonna stock all of the U-Tool shit here, so people don't have to drive to U-Tool, right?
Yep, and that is a good like dry run too to see how the system works. And then when you're out there buying from people, you do the transfer from your Quartz account, and you can buy and you'll go through the same transaction. Like, let's say you buy, you know, 100 boxes of whatever the shit is, like the fucking, you know, the car part, like bullshit. You know, you'd put in that transaction into the system and it'll track it. Let's say you're buying it from an anonymous, right? And you bought it for this amount, and then it'll update the inventory as well.
Okay,
It's a
last
really
question
cool
regarding
system.
that. Yeah, it is impressive. Part gambling boxes, I don't know how long they last, but I know it's a fair while. I'll buy a sample and hold on to it and get like an accurate number. But would you rather me have 500 gamble boxes or 500 parts of varying quality?
Both.
500 is not the actual number. Both.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because
People
people are
like-
gonna
people
want to
like
buy
gambling.
gambling. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people like Gamma, they
wait,
do, and it's
Yeah.
Before we go on, there's something that I think is really important about car parts that we should take into consideration,
Mhm.
especially because they're incredibly expensive. How quickly do they degrade when you put them away?
Let's not
Because
worry about
nobody-
that.
it's
Like,
the same
'cause-
speed.
So degrading is important, but I rather let's put it this way, right? Some things are gonna probably break in a month, 2 months, or whatever. But we, as Los Santos County, are going to take a loss on broken parts so that we can get the data, right? Because we don't have a good perspective as to how quickly our things are going to go off the market, right? So if it turns out, for example, we end up buying something and it breaks after 2 months or can't sell, so be it. But what's going to come out of that is the lesson, right? We're going to have the data that, hey, these things don't sell quick, but these other things sell quick. Does that kind of make sense, Corolla?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm just commenting because I can find about 20 parts, stage 1 and stage 2 thrown on the floor.
Oh,
Basically
yeah, of
anywhere in the city at any given time.
Mm.
So, I mean, hey, if you want to do your study, go ahead.
Yep.
But
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
You're the
ones and
boss.
twos are effectively no value. They are worth nothing.
It's so you're not wrong that people are probably throwing it away, but I think the everyday customer is going to want to see that option. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah, no, for sure. I
Yeah.
think we
I
should
have
keep
stage
them.
1s and 2s in my car because, like,
No,
I'm
no,
just a civilian, right? Like, I'm not getting away from cops, or I'm not a street racer. Like, I don't need all that
No,
shit.
of course.
So, like, they have value, and there are customers that want them. There's just probably less.
The thing is, like, listen, when I did the mechanic shit, I kept every single part. I kept every single one. I didn't throw one away. You wouldn't believe.
Yeah.
I had over 400 parts at one point, right? Majority 1 and 2. I got rid of maybe 21 and 2s, and everything above 3 all sold. That's what it is. So worth keeping because maybe your grandma wants to buy a nice little better brake, a replacement brake. Fine, I see.
We could even sell potentially like a stage 1 kit for under price. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I tried to do with the PD. I don't know if you remember that, Nino. That's what I was trying to do with them, but it was always I would speak to them and then they'd be down, and then 3 days later I'd speak again and they'd already fixed it. So if we could do it in real time, I think it actually would be decent. They're worth keeping. Bottom line, they're just to sit on the shelves and look pretty. That's their goal. Hey, look what
exactly.
The whole PD has ADHD and lacks object permanence, so.
Yep.
well, that and they're trying to chase people who have stage 5 across, 100 turbos, and an engine replacement.
And when good
So
turbos
there's
come in
that.
stock, they get their cops that are fucking mechanics to go and buy 50 of them, and they circumvent us, which is really cool. That's my favorite part.
Probably did that yesterday then.
They did. I saw D-Link there, gave him a firm handshake. That's what they were doing. Yep.
Mhm.
Beautiful.
You would have really enjoyed watching Cornwood buy every single turbo and do all of his own and all of PD's mechanic work in front of your nose at Mosley's.
The one
That
thing
was really
I will
fun.
say, if there was any work that we could do, Nino, and I mean this with all honesty, bro, if we could get something that could use the materials in these stage 1 and 2 parts for something beneficial, for the love of God, that might be we might replace sanitation workers with the amount of trash we clean. That's food for thought. If we could turn 1s and 2s into anything, bro, it's recyclable, anything at all, except for rotting car part, that would be the best thing ever.
I fucking love this. I love this. There's a lot of things. I want you to think of Quartz Center as like, this is our first step. We're gonna lose money. We have almost 400 million in the account, even though I have to give 270 million to the governor. Asterisks. But as we prove this place out with the basics, there will be, like, whether it's, the opportunity is endless. You get what I mean? So these ideas, rentals, whether things are breaking, Kevin recommended we get like a freezer. These are things that we can probably get. The government wants this to happen. Civs are dead right now. We will make them rebirth.
I don't like that as a verb.
Well, rebirth.
Yeah, I don't know. It just sounds weird. We could potentially, if we're reselling cars, whether we're cleaning, that, like the points off them or whatever, like, we could potentially be using some of the stage 1s and 2s as just like you buy a car from here, it comes with at least like a moderate part upgrade, and get rid of some of the inventory that way and add some value.
100%. It does make a difference too. The 1s and 2s like do make a difference. It's just
because I have like I have a Weevil and a Felon GT, and like they just have stage 1s and 2s in them, and like like I said, I don't do any crazy driving, but the difference that makes just in like everyday handling is quite a bit.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right. It's just the people that come looking for stuff won't be looking for that because everybody's got $1 billion in their pocket. They're gonna splurge on the best or the best they can afford. But
if they're just getting a car right out the gate, just having that little bit in there,
100%. It is a good way to utilize the stock, and it'll make them feel like the purchase is more worth it.
Exactly.
Oh, thank you so much.
You would actually be surprised as to how many people don't have as much money as everyone assumes, especially in the civilian section. I mean, if you run with a group or you have whatever, you're probably a millionaire. Civilian sector, not so much.
Before I got this job, I was lucky to have 15 grand in my account.
Yeah, unless you live on a Sani truck or in your G6 vehicle, civilians' pockets are not as deep as people think. To be
well, lucky that this is going to rebuild the civilian economy, and the people that have all that money are the only reason this will ever succeed. Like people need to spend, so we're targeting the people that have money to create something that benefits everybody else.
I will say, in addition, that they are going to have sign-ins here, so even vendors will be paid a certain amount for just existing.
Good.
But it does still come on us to making sure that they're existing with value.
Yeah, of course.
There's someone standing at the fucking stall just asleep.
Oh, bro. Standing in the toilet sleep, 100%. You're going to see that. Motherfuckers are going to be in the toilet just having a smoke break the last 9 hours, for sure.
Yep.
They won't last long.
It's the beauty of mall security, you know what I mean? All right. Kevin, do you have anything to say? You've been quiet for the last little bit.
Do we have a short list of people for the first round of stalls?
That is, Corolla's been so busy getting the other stuff going, but that's something that I think Corolla, we need to start trying to pay people to be here.
Wait, pay people to be here doing what?
Staff.
Security or?
No, the staff. Yeah.
And what are we going to have them doing? What would we have them doing? The thing is that there's not really much to do here right now.
I think that will change in the next 48 hours as me, Manx, and Kevin balloon up our inventory.
Okay.
Yep.
So the plan is still to have people who have their own thing going on operate out of this facility, right? Do we have? So that's kind of what my question is pointing towards. Like, off the rip, are people doing things like that currently? Isn't the city as it is, or is everyone just kind of floating around?
Sorry, say again.
Does anybody have like an active business that does anything at the moment outside of the people?
I mean, kind of.
There are there's like Danks, for instance. There's a few different like gift shops and things like that. There's just a few different businesses that aren't food stalls.
Yeah.
Some of them have possibly become inactive as of recent because they haven't really had. It's hard to just be like in the lemon list and be like, hi, here's my business, support me, because like people just don't give a fuck a lot of the times, and unless you've got something they can actually go to and do, like a food stall, then it can be hard to get business.
Okay, so if those businesses don't exist currently, then I think there might be like a middle step that we have to take where we create the framework and stimulate the interest in people operating out of this facility so that that energy is there on that side of things. If I think back to like, I don't know if you were around, when Andy opened the farmers market way the fuck back, there was like this meeting at in Polito by Willie, and she like told everybody like, hey, this is what's happening here. If you're interested, write a proposal, or do whatever to get access to these spaces. We might want to do something like that. So if there are people out there who are kind of in the wind business wise, they have a direction. And then for all the people who like maybe gave up on business, we can kind of like push them along towards the court center.
I mean, I have at least 4 or 5 people who are interested who want to have a stall here. So
I am
all you'd
wondering
have to
if
do is
we
let people know through Twitter or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I think I'd be open to the idea of them. I think maybe we start once we get the inventory going in the next like probably take us 2 days to have a decent amount of things available that people need to get those marijuana folks selling out of here and like start slow rolling that. Because I know you mentioned.
Can we sell moonshine here legally? Crates? Is that
I
possible?
just pushed it, the legislation, and it should be passed in like 4 days' time.
Yeah, okay. I read that legislation very I glazed over it and I saw dispensers you can sell like drink. Could I get people to sell crates here? Crates with 6 bottles.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. That's we could do some good shit with that.
Yeah. They're going to be limited to selling 2 at a time to a person, and they have to track it, right? But, people can be smart about it if they want to.
I mean, just having it here, I don't remember how long, I don't know what the shelf life of the crates is. I think it's just over a week, but if it's 2 per person, that's workable. That's like a good thing to be able to sell 100%.
Yep. I agree with that.
I have to head out, unfortunately. Is there anything else you need from me, Nino?
I should be good. Yeah, we should catch up soon, Maeve.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Have fun. Be safe.
Have a good one, Maeve.
You take care.
Bye.
Yeah, because the moonshine, right, is practically dead for all intents and purposes.
Yeah.
We don't do moonshine anymore, right? If that was something that could get back on the menu, that would mean there'd be more people farming again. Like that. That's a door opener. That one. If we can get moonshine moving through here, that's a really big one, I would say.
Why is Moonshine dead currently?
People just got bored. I'm
Okay.
real. And
The money is still there though.
Full disclosure as well. We're talking in a circle. Hitting banks and robbing shit is just far more lucrative for no wind up, right? Plain and simple. Moonshine is still good to do. It's just hey, farm in a building, or hey, let's go rob a bank, right? Everybody picks one.
Yep.
But if we could get moonshine moving again, there's people that would do it.
Yeah, farming is absolutely awful, lonely work most of the time. and very time-consuming.
If we ever need farming done, I have an insane collective of farmers, right? They're a group of 10 people, and they supply our booth on their back. So if we ever wanted to branch into that, yeah.
Okay.
My booth is done by a little group of people, 10 or so, and they run it around the clock, no matter the order. It's insane. I don't understand how they do it so well, but they've been doing it now for months. So I could ask them if you ever needed stuff like that done. But
Fuck
even
yeah.
startup booths too, they would love to do that.
Wait, and Nino, you said that it's legal to produce moonshine up north, right?
It is more legal than we thought it should be. Pretty much, you can make unlimited moonshine up north.
Yeah.
Okay, so I could just fucking walk out my trailer and just have a whole fucking production facility right outside. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, you can have your 5 stills right outside of your house, basically.
Okay.
This is I did want to touch on Corolla. You mentioned that there's not much for them to do. Could you expand on that? Is it because we don't have anything for them to sell right now, or
I mean, basically, all I've been doing for the past few days is taking in what people have been bringing for the soft opening. There's nothing else to do here. Most people are waiting for the opportunity either to get their own stall here or to buy things when it opens.
I think
And
we
waiting for
start
that moment that this
selectively
becomes
letting
a bit
some
more of a
vendors run.
social hub.
Yeah, I think we start selectively letting early birds in on Monday. And by Monday, we should have a decent amount of inventory between the 3 of us.
I mean, I'm just curious. Why don't we just open the application process? We can
For the
pick and choose
vendors?
out of that. Yeah, for the vendor's permit.
My concern, I think, is why would a vendor run out of here when we're not operating our main facility?
What do you mean by that we're not operating our main facility? The everything we're doing down here?
Yeah. So like
Because
right
here's
now.
the thing, Nino,
Mhm.
excuse me for interrupting.
Yeah.
The way I've been pitching this to people is basically that it's going to be like a quote unquote, as you said, a farmer's market.
Mm.
That you can come over here, you can get your stall, you can sell your stuff. And it's going to be a somewhat safer area
your
to
meeting,
hang
man.
out with, hopefully,
Yeah.
than senior buns. I
Mm.
haven't mentioned to anyone that we were going to be selling materials here for people's consumption, us as courts. So it's like all the people who I know are excited and who are abuzz about this don't even know that we're going to have our own store.
Wait,
Because
really?
I have not been pitching that because until there was a change on the website, I didn't even know that that's what you had planned. And I've kind of been digesting it since I discovered it.
Oh.
So yeah,
Wait,
I
you
haven't
didn't know
been
that this is
selling-
going
I
to be
have
a
not-
fulfillment
no.
center?
No, not until I saw the changes in the web.
Yeah, no, that's the fulfillment
that's-
center is the centerpiece. The idea is that we are the Amazon of Los Santos. So
Mhm.
everything that the city has available, we should have available to everyone to purchase. And that's kind of what the staff's role is, right? Is being the the front of that, at the front desk. Now,
No, yeah, I
that-
know. I figured that out on my own. I did not know
Oh,
about that coming into
interesting.
this or until I saw the changes on the website.
Understood.
So yeah.
Yeah, and those are the kind of. Does the staff know this? Like the folks that you wanted to bring on board, or did they? Like, what is their perception of their role?
Assisting when there's people in the stalls to, get them settled or to do whatever.
I
was
see.
what I
Oh,
had
God
been
damn,
pitching
bro.
for everyone. So yeah, my pitch was full farmers market, not
I think.
general store by Los Santos government.
Okay.
If that's been the pitch and that's been the feedback, then it might be worth it to go through the ribbon cutting phase of everything.
The reason I'm
you
avoiding the ribbon cutting is due to the construction coming. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So you have
Yeah,
like
well-
you have like a perspective that we're lacking.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
I mean, either way, it doesn't really matter. I'm hearing less and less input because, as you know, if things don't happen immediately, people lose interest. So I'm kind of like just letting that go.
Okay.
Honestly, the whole farmers market mall part of it, it's just there.
Yeah.
I've
So
just been paying off the people who've been bringing stuff in, as I'm sure you can see in the container and in
Yeah.
the wood storage.
I got you. So here's where I want to like realign sort of the build out process. I want to see our fulfillment center sort of up and operational, and what that's going to do in my mind is people in the city are going to come here naturally to purchase as things that are available. If they need something, they know they can come here and get it. That creates the foot traffic that then bolsters the stalls. So if someone comes down here I think we should launch the stalls on Monday, if that's the case. I think we do both.
Will those skeletons up there be, closed in and ready to open?
The stalls downstairs.
With the downstairs store, yeah. Will they
Yeah.
be open? Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah. I think maybe hitting
Basically,
both heads.
If you get some of the if you get the rubble out of the way and that annoying ladder,
Mm.
that area is pretty much usable. The only thing I think that was missing, Natalia told me, is she wanted to do a sitting area behind my desk, so people could hang out and eat or whatever
Mm.
there. like a social area around
Yeah.
the stalls.
The plan that
That's-
my booth had to help this place open was our raffle that's running right now is meant to be concluded on the day the court center opens properly, right? That's the end date. The car will go out on the day we cut the red tape. If you want to get people in here, I can move the booth in here and the showroom car, right? And have it in this fucking building and the booth running there. And then the only exception that I had, I've mentioned it before, Nino, if the workers get bored and miserable of working here before it picks up, I told them that I'm not going to force them. We can just go back to normal. But I've got a good fucking couple of days of running the booth from this building with the car there. And the raffle tickets
Let's
being sold.
fucking do it. Let's fucking do it. Let's say come Monday.
I'm done.
But in the same vein, Corolla, I think we need to talk to the folks that you had spoken to, because their main role, need them trained on selling things out of the fulfillment center as well, because otherwise who's gonna did they have that training? Like
Some of them did, some of them did.
okay, easy.
I'd have to get in touch with them.
Okay, yeah, let's get it I think rolling on Monday then. That gives us a weekend to fill our inventory to where it needs to be.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to touch base with them to see if they're still interested in that basic change in their job description. So
I got you. I didn't. This is this kind of comes as a shock. I don't know how how this slipped.
Which falls on me. But yeah, I was never formally informed of what the whole idea of this was going.
The fulfillment center and whatnot.
Yes.
Yeah, that's understandable. I think like the stalls is such a nostalgia. The idea of what a fulfillment center is probably missed in conversation. But
listen, in a lot of ways, that whole project, and no offense, Andy, but like what she was doing back then kind of peaked when the announcement rolled through. You know what I'm saying? Like that was the peak of everybody's hope. But actually going through the day-to-day grind of standing there and selling, like a lot of people dipped the fuck out a couple weeks into it. And it never got better. Like it just never got better, which is why I think it's worth it from like a politics standpoint for you to do the ribbon cutting and like the promo around getting people onboarded to it, because that's like something for your legacy. But if you don't give a fuck about that, then
I don't give a fuck about that. Yeah, people are gonna get paid just for standing around. I think what we do is going back to the that is always the biggest challenge. Keeping people's interest going. That is something we're gonna have to tackle as things move forward. Let me see if I can talk to the chief architect as well. In regards to that, because there may be reasons to hold off. Like, how do I put this? If things are happening in a sooner time period, the question is, do we do a launch and then the big shit comes 2 weeks from now, but we can't respark that bubble? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So let's say that timetable was 2 weeks, and in that time, when we build inventory, we sort of like iron out the details in the back end, and then you probably do like a full maybe sit down with some of the people who want to sell, and then you can kind of grill them with some of the court staff as to what they bring to the table, why they deserve to be here over other people, et cetera, even if it was just bullshit and we were going to take them anyways. Just going through that process adds to them having psychologically
makes it feel like
invested.
they achieved something. Yeah,
exactly.
If we just like beg people to come, no one's gonna give a fuck. But if you pick people and you target them and then force them to jump through a hurdle, fake or not, they're gonna feel like they made it here and they're one of a few, select few.
Agreed. I agree with that. I think our biggest market proposition is availability, right, of resources. I think there's a lot of people that need things and need it at the moment. The PD being the biggest one when it comes to car parts. I'm also contemplating with Mopec moving down here and selling through the court center is going to be vital. I'm even now, as we're talking about this, is perhaps moving PD repairs over here and having people available to do two things. You know what I mean? Run the front desk and also do PD repairs.
I think it's like essential that we get car repairs being done here. That one is the only thing that would cause step on toes business wise. But even if it's short term or it's run in a way that allows for the individual businesses, which there are none of that are running like repair shops don't make any money, right? If you do a repair shop, it's for love of the game, right? It's because you want to do it. So if we do it here, we're not fucking people's livelihood over. We're fucking up their vibe. But there's so few people that actually do it seriously. Not even me is counted among them, right? Like barely anyone. But I think it's essential that we repair cars here in some capacity.
I agree.
It's a necessity, right? If this is going to be Amazon, it needs to do fucking everything, bro. It needs to brush your teeth for you when you wake up, right? Everything needs to be.
I think that's a great idea. I think we could even do it where it's like limited time repairs, and we let the other car repair shops repair out of here as well.
100%. 100%.
Okay.
No one has like a, renovated, like, fully custom, demolished, rebuilt, like repair shop, right? All they've got is like a spot they've picked for their vibe. So if we can get people to come and do it here, contractors or whatever, that works if that scratches their itch. Because again, you don't make money repairing cars. It's not a money making business.
Oh shit, we got to go to the halftime show.
Yeah, it's funny. This timeline's funny. Tony has the ad in the Yellow Pages where he's opening a mechanic shop Monday at 1:30 p.m.
Yeah, I saw that. Very interesting project.
Do you have like
most mechanics? The mechanics in the city are all a buzz about. I've already had a few people reach out even to me. Yeah.
I mean, I assume Tony's probably got something.
Is there like a facility? Like, does he have like a building?
Yes, he does.
Yeah, it's gonna be the one over at Ellis.
It's over by the airport.
No, but like, does he have like a building, or does he have a building? What are we talking?
Because if he doesn't have something built out like this, then it might be worth like approaching, depending on what your relationship.
Dean's World worked very differently, chat.
Out of the court center.
Yeah, Dean's World had a construction booth and all kinds of things like that.
As we said, we're in a circle. The thing is, Oh no. Actually, that's not illegal.
I'm a little bit in shock that the fulfillment thing just got learned, because
payment-wise,
it's been the center of what we've been talking about for
just wants to be independent
at least 2 weeks.
Or what. But it sounds like he wants to have a shop that's going to be able to fulfill racers' every needs, basically.
So Tony's going to be the competition. I have a feeling he wants to use bet as a currency in like actual transactions.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say it's competition. I think
it's not competition, right? Like everybody should be able to run businesses. We shouldn't take them all, but like if he's doing that, someone needs to speak with him and get his business model.
Well,
so that ours can be.
Here's something to keep in mind, right? With Mopec operating out of here, I want the mechanic shop people that have flagged on the account to be able to come down here and actually get their car pots. As an example. So when I say fulfillment center, right? Even the mechanic shop should be able to come down here, go to Corolla's staff and say, hey, we need 10 across. They put it in their thing and their account is already flagged with Mopec, right? So that 30% discount, they're getting it simply from shopping here. You know what I mean?
Are you going to get a fuck ton of workbenches here to like fulfill those type of orders? Yeah, okay, good. Because car parting is a nightmare. I have 10 benches, like that you couldn't get more. More doesn't even make sense.
Car parts or even materials. Even materials. Yeah. So I wouldn't say just car parts. I think today people get Mopec through I think they get materials.
From a mechanic shop. Yeah, I get materials. So I get 10K every 2 or something days from
through Mopec?
Yeah, through Mopec.
Easy. And now it'd be coming through this shop. I think that's kind of the way to go about it. Is even without a mechanic shop,
if they get in touch with.
Yes, 100%. But okay, let me get you guys focusing on the inventory, and like we want to just pump the inventory. So when you look on that page, it's like you can buy everything in the world.
If I get that, if that bank account's all set up for in 14 hours from now, when I'll probably be awake, like I can get that spent and totaled up and lined up nicely in this building.
Love it. Okay, it should be done in the next 15, 20.
If you're already on the box here, I mean, you can just do like You can send me the money or whatever, and I can put it. There's a safe up there. I don't know how safe it is, but
Oh, they have.
pun
They're
intended,
gonna have their own
so-
account with a
Mhm.
mill in it. So
Okay.
Okay, there's one thing I want to add, right? We've spoken about like it's going to be hard to keep this like passionate people coming here. I think what we need to do, what I've learned from the noodle booth, is like events, right? We need car raffle. We need things happening here. So like I think once my raffle ends, or even if you guys want to circumvent mine, I don't care. We should get a fucking $2 million car in the showroom
Agreed.
as soon as possible and start selling tickets, because that's going to get one person every hour, whatever the fuck metric you want to use, coming here just for that. That's going to be the only way. I also have, if you're interested, a person who has a super well thought out and well made treasure hunt, right? With cool ciphers and all this shit. And the prize is going to be a car with a custom engine already in it. And he's not written up the proposal yet. It's not done. But just another thing. We just spam shit through here. Anything that makes any sense at all. Just have it here because it makes one person come. And it makes the people working here get at least one interaction, you know? Like that's the only way until it kicks off.
I agree. I agree 1,000%. And I think we need a rollout plan that I'm gonna start working on. But inventory needs to come first. I think on the same vein, we need people that are very passionate about working that front counter until things open up. And now I wonder, Corolla, I think you and I should probably talk separately in regards to that.
I think so too.
Let's do this. I gotta go to the Grapeseed games. I promised that I'd go to the halftime show. I'm gonna get your stuff. Yours is gonna be funded in a minute here, and yours should be good to go. Actually, I need you both to text me the bank account number.
Will my bank is it already approved?
Yeah, it's gonna go up right now. And
All right,
He's probably gonna have to go to the bank so he can see the bank
yeah, I'll go to
number
the
and
bank.
give it to you.
Yeah, I'll zoom to the bank
Hello.
and text that through.
hey, I'm gonna go to the Grapeseed games. Do you want to chat right afterwards after the halftime show?
Yeah, I'm here now. I'll
All
just
right,
meet you
easy.
here.
And a bank
All right.
account number 4 for Manx is up and going.
Is ready?
Yep.
Okay.
Ready for
I will
approval and
sign off on
creation.
that right now.
All right, easy. Thank you so much.
Of course, I got
right.
you. I'll see you up here.
Take care. Bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Yeah, you guys are gonna have to go up there. It's gonna be up in a second, and copy the bank account number and send it my way.
All right. All I'll ask is, this is all amazing, beautiful. If we could just be forthcoming and make sure that in the email chain or whatever the fuck we have left. If I
We
don't get
need to
speaking in
keep
there for 2
comms up.
days- Yeah, we need to
Yes.
keep comms. Yeah. That's all I
Yes,
ask. I'm happy doing this,
1,000%.
but I'm gonna be probably in the dark for majority of my activities benefiting this. And the last thing I want is to do it wrong, or nobody fucking says anything and I get busy and don't do it because no one said it, too late, blah blah blah.
Agreed.
Like I'm not looking to put 16 hours a day in to meet
Yeah.
demands, you know?
No. 1,000%. Any issues, whatever it is, needs to be brought up.
Done.
Yep, 100%. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna establish like a weekly meeting right after Tsunami. 1 hour after Tsunami. What day is good for you guys?
Doesn't matter, any day.
1 hour
Yeah, probably
every
anything.
Tsunami on Fridays.
Perfect.
Easy.
All right, easy. Were you able to get the key?
Yep, it's in your pockets.
Should have it.
Oh, let's see.
All right, I'm gonna go get that bank detail. Amazing, perfect.
Check if you can
Yeah.
look at this. Over here.
It's like in the middle of the container.
Middle. Yep, I can see.
Beautiful. All right.
So when we make purchases, are we like putting a note as to where everything is getting dropped off?
You would do it through the system. So you would create a sale through anonymous. Unless they got an account. For now, for the sales guys, I would just use anonymous. So you would do, you're gonna add item. After you add the item, you put like a picture in there, whatever. And then let me see 1 second. And then go to staff. Staff dashboard.
Uh-huh.
Manage transactions. And then manual transaction. do anonymous user. Select the item in the inventory. So this could be whether you're doing uTool or someone on the street. Buy,
Okay.
and then you just fill in the rest.
Okay, easy.
Yep.
And in the details, I'll say left in whatever container.
Precisely. Now, after that manual transaction is made, you still gotta like approve the request and shit. But see what you guys can do, and then we can reconvene on any UI concerns. And you guys have access to our guy. So some of this is gonna be cumbersome, but that's where the feedback comes in. You know.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Easy peasy.
All right. Easy. I'm gonna send the money right now.
Okay.
I'm
So
gonna send the bank details. So I'm gonna
all
have
right.
to drive.
Easy. Corolla, I'm gonna give you a ring as soon as. Are you gonna be around?